Hey, it's Lance Ulanoff, and I've got Apple's new HomePod Mini right here. This is Apple's HomePod Mini, the $99 smart speaker from Apple. So what's special about this? Obviously, it's a lot smaller, lighter, and less expensive than the original HomePod, which was about $350. I think you can get it for $299 now. $99, the size of a softball. It has pretty much all the intelligence that the original HomePod has, and it actually has really good audio despite its size. And it's got smart home control, it's got Siri in it, it can work as a stereo pair if you've got another one. You even have something called Intercom, so you can talk to your family members across the house if there's another HomePod Mini over there. So tons of features, a real new beginning for Apple in the home smart speaker space. The core on the acoustic side for the HomePod Mini, we have a full range driver, we have the passive radiators, and we have something called an acoustic waveguide. And that prevents unwanted reverb in the bottom, so you don't have the thing bouncing around. And by the way, in my tests, it didn't go anywhere. It didn't bounce around. Just gave me full, bright, rich, and sometimes really deep audio. Part of the audio quality is thanks to the S5 chip inside of this. And Apple, I'm sure they did a lot of different tests on different kinds of acoustic situations. But what you should know about this is that this is 360-degree audio, meaning that it really doesn't matter where you stand. It's audio coming out all sides. But you're not going to turn it any which way because it is wired. This is the power. This is the plug, which is, really actually a strong plug. It goes over to a USB-C power adapter that's long enough that you can put it in different places in the house. Obviously, the default for playing music on your HomePod Mini is going to be Apple Music, and that's just as it was with the HomePod, the original HomePod. But now it also supports third-party music providers like Pandora. Let's try out a little bit of music. Hey, Siri, play Senorita.
Here's Senorita by Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello.
What's notable is the bass. There's a richness to it. This is a single speaker. As you'll notice, the HomePod Mini, just like the original HomePod, has a touch control on the top. So I can use voice, I can use touch to control it, to play the music. And as I said, I can do third-party music providers. Hey Siri, play Elton John music on Pandora.
Elton John radio now playing on Pandora.
It's funny. Billy Joel on the Elton John radio on Pandora. Now, I'm not playing any of the music very long because of copyright issues on YouTube. I don't want my YouTube video pulled down. But even with that little snippet, you can hear the tone quality. You can hear the sharpness. This little speaker produces really great and quite loud sound. And $99, you get a second one. You can pair them as a stereo pair, and the audio is truly room-filling. It's awesome.
I've been buzzing you. Did you hear the intercom?
Yeah, everything's what?
Obadiah's upstairs.
Great, I'll turn it up.
I thought you said you were done making muffins.
I can also do things like basically start playing music on my iPhone and then move the iPhone closer to the HomePod Mini and hand it off. Easy. Hey Siri, play Coldplay Everywhere.
Now playing Coldplay Everywhere.
So let's talk about one of the big marquee features, Intercom. So Intercom is this way of talking to the HomePod Mini and having it say your words from another HomePod Mini, and also do it on the iPhone and the iPad, basically other iOS devices. So wherever you are, you could send an Intercom message and it would play on all the HomePods in the house, if that's what you tell it to do. And also I've had to say the word Intercom to do it. So now the way I would do it is I'd say, hey Siri, Intercom to HomePod Kitchen. Hey Linda, I'll be out soon. Hey Linda, I'll be out soon. So I just sent a creepy voice message to my wife. My disembodied voice just came out of the other HomePod. That's kind of the interesting thing about the HomePod Mini Intercom. It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be more like, you touch it or you'd engage and talk sort of open, almost like two-way communication or something similar to what you did with the old intercoms. But it's really not that. It's basically voice messaging, right? But you're telling it where to go. And if I wanted to announce to the whole house that pizza's ready, I could do that just by saying to, everywhere. If I tell it everywhere, then the message goes out through all the HomePods and devices that are connected, and everyone will hear it. That's kind of cool, but it's not exactly what I really was hoping for in Intercom. So this is the first step in this. I think that Apple may eventually adjust this feature so it works in different ways, or maybe it's more of an open communication, but we'll see. So obviously Siri is baked into the HomePod Mini, and Apple continues to make Siri smarter and smarter. And you can ask it things like, "Hey Siri, what's the best burger in my neighborhood?"
The highest rated one I see is JoJo's Juice Bar and Grill, about 8.1 miles to your
Really?
west as the crow flies on Brooklyn Avenue and Valley Street.
Thank you.
Which averages 5.0
Hey Siri, stop.
star.
Hey Siri, how many teaspoons in a half a cup?
0.5 cups is 24 teaspoons.
So Siri can answer. It can also tell, "Hey Siri, what's my daily update?"
Here's the latest news from the Washington Post.
Hey Siri, stop. So, a lot of the same things that I could ask, for example, Amazon's Alexa, I can ask of Hey Siri. It really has all of the same information. Hey Siri, play me some ocean sounds.
Here's Ocean.
That's a pretty rough ocean. As always, Apple is focused on privacy and security. All of your Siri requests, when it has to go out to the web and ask these questions, well, they're all associated with a random ID identifier. So it's not associated with your Apple ID. So no one could look up everything that you have asked Siri. So again, Apple is trying to keep things local, trying to keep things anonymized, and that's Apple's way. Apple wants to set itself apart from Google and Amazon that they perceive as not having as strong privacy and security features. One of the really cool things about the HomePod Mini is that it is a smart speaker and it is designed to control your smart home devices. Now, I have not been a huge fan of Apple's Home. I've found it sometimes difficult to add products. I've been frustrated because third-party companies with their own apps seem to want to be in there and control stuff too, but it has actually gotten a lot better. And if you set it up correctly and if you make sure that everything is on the same network, and probably most importantly, you properly name devices so that when you talk to Siri, it understands what you're saying. You're actually going to have a pretty easy time of controlling things, and not just controlling individual devices, but setting specific scenes. So if I said something like, "Hey Siri, good morning," so that light just changed, and that is the new Nanoleaf light, smart bulb. And what happened there is that particular part of the scene is sort of setting a wake-up tone light. But I can also just control this light individually. "Hey Siri, turn off Nanoleaf light." So it just turned it off. "Hey Siri, turn on Nanoleaf office light." "Hey Siri, set Nanoleaf office light to white." "Hey Siri, set Nanoleaf office light to red." "Hey Siri, set Nanoleaf office light to blue." "Hey Siri, set Nanoleaf light to white." So it's pretty easy to control with your voice. It's not foolproof. I've had more than one situation where she didn't understand me, or I didn't phrase it properly, or maybe she couldn't reach the network. So it's definitely not perfect. And what's actually interesting about the HomePod Mini is that it has Bluetooth and Wi-Fi built in, but it also has a newer technology built in called Thread, which is supposedly kind of a rebuilding of a smart home protocol from the ground up. It's supposed to be very low power, very simple, but you're able to keep low power devices on all the time. Now the HomePod Mini is not a low power device, it's plugged in, but it may be a simple way of controlling devices, and the Nanoleaf light does have Thread built in. So here's what I think. Apple's HomePod Mini is the smart home speaker from Apple we have been waiting for. It's the right price, it's the right size, it's the right performance, it's the right technology. Apple has done so many things right here. I mean, the price is a huge deal that we can get this little speaker for $99. Yes, I know you can get a Google Nest and you can get an Amazon Echo Dot for like $40 or even less. But for Apple, it's a big deal to come into this market with this device at $99. It means that people are going to feel more comfortable buying one or two or three or four and putting them in every room in the house, and they will all work together. The music sounds amazing. They're versatile. You can connect these up. If you have a pair of them, you can set them up with your Apple TV and AirPlay, and you can have a stereo sound system, not entirely surround system. You can play music with them, obviously, control your devices, talk to Siri. There's so much that Apple has built into their new HomePod Mini that makes them, I think, the right smart speaker choice for an iOS home. And they may be a device that's going to turn a lot of heads for people who are trying to figure out which smart home speaker to go with. The design is good, the sound is good, the control is good. I think Intercom is fun, it's quirky. It's not everything I want it to be. I'm hoping that Apple does make it a little bit more sort of back and forth and frictionless, so we're not having to kind of say the words, wait for them to arrive, and then have somebody maybe say something back. It's not really an Intercom experience that I'm used to, but it's really a small thing because that's not why you're buying this. You're buying a HomePod Mini for the sound, for the intelligence, and for the smart home control. I think for $99, Apple's done a really good job here. And look, it's adorable, isn't it? Hey Siri, who am I?
You're Lance.
That I am. And thanks for watching. Remember to rate, review, and subscribe.